Chapter 2, Lesson 2, Solve Percent Problems. Our content target, students will understand to find the whole when given a part of a number. Language target, students will demonstrate their understanding of percent by working with a partner to find the whole number when given the percent. So when we look at example 1, we have 10 is 25% of what number? So when I look through and I see the word is tells me that this number here is going to be my numerator because I need to find of what number is going to be my total. So I write my percent as a fraction. 25% is 25 out of 100. And 10 is my part. I am trying to find the total. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cross multiply and divide. Just like the strategy we used before, I'm going to take the denominator times the opposite numerator. So I have 100 times 10, which is 1,000. Then I'm going to divide that by the only number that I have left, which happens to be 25. And when I take my calculator and I divide 1,000 divided by 25, I get the answer of 40. So when I look at got a problem letter A, I do the same thing. Is tells me that 30 is my numerator, and I have to find the total. %, that's my, write that as a fraction of 50 over 100. I'm going to cross multiply 100 times 30. 1 times 3 is 3 with 1, 2, 3 zeros after it, so that's 3,000. I'm going to divide that by the only number that I have left, which is 50. 3,000 divided by 50 is 60. I look at letter B. 60 is 20% of what number? 60 is what my part is. Of what number is what I'm trying to find out? That's my question mark. And 20%, that's my fraction. 20% is 20 over 100. I then cross multiply opposite denominator times the opposite numerator. 100 times 60, 1 times 6 is 6, 3 zeros. So I then divide that by the only number I have left, which just happens to be 20. And when I divide 6,000 divided by 20, that is 300. I would like you to pause the video and try letter C on your own. C says Peyton spent 60% of her money to buy a new television. If the television cost $300, how much did she have? So we're looking at finding the total. So she has 300. We don't know how much money she has total, but we do know it's 60%. So 60% is 60 over 100. I cross multiply. I'm taking 100 times 300. 1 times 3 is 3. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4. I divide 30,000 divided by 60 because that's the only number I have left, which would be $500. So even with larger numbers, we can still do the same thing. We're still looking at the word is. Is tells me that this number is my numerator, so 225 is 75% of what number? So 225 over some number, we need to find the total, is 75%, so 75% is 75 over 100. I'm going to cross multiply opposite denominator times the opposite numerator. 100 times 225 is 22,500. I'm going to divide that by the only number that I have left, which is here. So I'm going to divide that by 75. And when I do that, my answer is 300. Letter D, 75 is 15% of what number? So again, 75 is my part. I'm trying to find the total. 15% as a fraction is 15 over 100. Cross multiply. 100 times 75 is 7,500. I'm going to divide that number by the only number that I have left, which is 15. If I use my calculator, I take 7,500 divided by 15, which would be 500. If I look at letter E, 9 is 36% of what number? So again, 9 is my part. I'm looking for my total, 36%. As a fraction, is 36 over 100. Cross multiply. 100 times 9 is 900. I divide that by the only number that I have left, which is 36. And if I go to my calculator, I take 900 divided by 36, which would be 25. So in review, is tells you the part, and you have to find the whole or the denominator. Of tells you the whole, and you have to find the part, which is the numerator.